Hello everyone, Kerckhoffs here. This here is only 1/5 of my piece that I called People of Ponto. So what I'm going to do is, I like to call these Quintychs. I overlap them, so this is the other big piece. And so it's not a triptych, it consists of 5 pieces, and I will show you all the pieces. So there's 2 large ones in the back, smaller one in the front. I will overlap the 2 bigger ones, and then I have 2 small ones, like these. So let's quickly see how that's going to look. So here's the whole piece, and here we have the largest right panel, the largest left panel, and then with a little space in between. And then on top of that goes the front panel, the small left panel, and on the right we have the smallest right panel. So at the end of this video I will also show you how I frame these all together. So I'm going to color these with my Marshall photo oils. These are transparent oils that are meant to color black and white photos. I'm going to color them with cotton rounds and Q-tips for the more detailed work. And then at the end of the video, as I mentioned, I'm going to frame these pieces, show you what it looks like framed. The frames will be attached to each other, and it will be about 3 feet wide overall. I'm going to color this a little bit like a subtle sunset. I'll start with blue in the top, work my way to more warmer colors when we go towards the horizon, and then probably some aqua colors and a burnt sienna for the beach and the bluffs. So let's get this done. So let's start with this one, the big left panel. I'll start with the sky. So we'll start with sky blue, putting some color on a cotton round. I just saw it at the top here. This photo is 12 by 18 inches, and it's about 2 inches or so where I add blue to the sky. And then with a clean cotton round, smooth this out a little bit more so it's nice and uniform. Getting rid of most of the brush strokes. See how it picked up that color? So now, of course, you need to be consistent with the others, so I'll take my other big panel. Let's move this one over. Put it right here. And then also add sky blue to this one. again with a clean cotton round, smooth this one out too. I'm not putting a lot of pressure, very light. You can see it still picks up that color. And more or less at the same height, that's what we want. Now, let's do the middle panel. Not sure if we get to that color yet, have to see. Let's put it right here. Yes, we don't have to do these small ones yet. Let's add a little bit of carmine to that blue. Not too much. So I'm going to take a Q-tip, pick a little bit of that carmine and mix it into my sky blue here. This should make it a little bit more of a purple color. I might have to add more blue. And I'm mixing it with a Q-tip. Slightly changed. I'm taking one of the cotton rounds that I used earlier to make it more uniform, to smooth it out. Putting that color back on the Q-tip because I don't want to lose that paint. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's not much of a difference, so I'll take more of that carmine. Can probably mix this whole thing together here. There we go. Okay, that does look a little bit more towards purple. It's more like an ultramarine now. Okay, and before I smooth it out and blend it a little bit with the other one, with the layer on top, I want to see how we are with the small pieces. So you can see we do need to add some of that color we made to the smaller panels. So we can line them up more or less like this. That's for that one. Let's see, Let's take the other small one first. It's a lot of moving around with these small pieces. There we go. This is actually the small piece that goes here, as you can see here. And then I like to line it up with the other piece for the other small panel on this side. Like this. Okay, now it's time to smooth out these new areas. And blending it with the previous layer now. In fact, we can add a little bit of that color into the previous layer to make a better blend. So I call this piece People of Ponto because this is South Carlsbad State Beach, and there's like a North Ponto and a South Ponto part to it with parking lots, easy access to the beach, and on the top of the bluffs is where South Carlsbad State Beach campground is. And at the very north end, that's our favorite spot. That's where we like to go boogie boarding or stand-up paddle boarding. Next panel, taking a new clean cotton round. And again, adding some of that color here too, onto the previous layer. And then we smooth that together. There we go. There's no blending here, these are just to be smoothed. And the last one. Okay, now it's time to add the next color, the next layer of color. Let's add a little bit more of this carmine to it. Sometimes it can get a little messy, so we'll have to see how this works out. Might be a little too much. I want to add some more blue to that one. more like a violet now. Just take a clean cotton round, put that on here. And then let's start again with the larger panels, and then we'll line the smaller ones up with those. Here's this guy. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Of course, we could have been lazy, and I could have used this one. This is cobalt violet, which is pretty close to what we've mixed here. But I just want to show you, because it's oil paint, you can mix these Marshall photo oils and make your own colors. Now I'm already going over the previous layer a little bit more. Other big panel. Take the middle panel. And again, going over that previous layer. And this is the last one with this color. Let's put it on this side, because this is where it will go later. Now that we've done that, I'm gonna smooth it out again. And blend it. Very light pressure. I'm going to take off a little more. I want this to be not too saturated. Go. You can see it picked all up that color again. Let's go with the other big panel now. So at least now I can see like how light I did it here. I want to achieve the same thing over here. The background here of the photo is a little bit more darker gray than the others because it's like in the corner, it's like a vignette. So here we'll get a more desaturated look anyway, because that gray underneath is desaturating color here. And it will also be a little darker, but that's fine. And the last one. This was in the morning. I shot this in the morning, so the sun was actually on this side here, and that's why this panel, the panels more to the left are more are brighter than the panels more towards the right. Let's see, this is the middle panel. Looks about good. So now, next color. I want to go more towards orange, so we could add some red, yellow and carmine to it, but now let's be a little bit more lazy, and I'm going to add this cadmium orange. I'll mix that with this one. Hopefully it's not going to be too messy. We'll see. It is like a more desaturated orange we have now, more towards the brown. Let's see if we're happy with that. Yes, I like this. Especially when we put it on a little lighter. And maybe in the next step, for the next layer, we'll just use that pure cadmium orange. And maybe add a little bit of yellow to it. I want to smooth it out now, because I want to get this right. Let's put them on opposite sides and see if they're about straight. Yeah, kind of looks like when at an angle here, but I think this goes a little lower on this side, so I think we're still good. Now we're back to the small panels. Kind of vaguely lining up the horizons. Let's see, might want to use the other one though. Let's take the other big panel. Here. This guy is going over here. That's it for that one. And then we have the one that goes all the way on the left. Okay, so now let's do what I mentioned earlier. We're just gonna go with the pure cadmium orange. And I'm just using one of the cotton rounds that I use to wipe off the paint and to smooth, because this is the very last layer that I'm going to do here. I want to reserve that for when I add a little bit of yellow to it. Okay, these are kind of the colors I'm indeed looking for, like pastel-ish colors, not too saturated. the last layer. I will add a little bit of yellow, this cadmium yellow. And we'll mix those together. Again with a Q-tip. And then what we picked up with the Q-tip, put it on this guy. Actually, I can also add a little bit this way. So at least that paint doesn't get lost. We'll also go a little bit over the trees here. Again, smooth this out. Did I say I was gonna color it as a sunset in the beginning? Actually, I shot it in the morning so we can look at this as a sunrise. And the sun was actually rising on this side here. Kind of want to leave this fog alone. I kind of like the gray, the white of it. So I'm not going to add too much color to that, just on the very top of the horizon here, of the trees. And then there's one small panel left. So now that we have done the sky, it's time to color the beach and the ocean. This is what we have so far. I like it. So let's start with the beach. This is the big panel on the left. I'm going to add a light burnt sienna to it. So we'll add a thicker layer to the front and then go more soft as we go towards the back. Especially in this photo, there's a lot of atmospheric perspective because of all the fog. When I shot this image, you could actually see the fog moving up the bluffs here. Okay, for now we'll just add it like this, a little thicker than the bluffs here. And now I'm going to make that a lot lighter with a clean cotton round, especially here where the water gets on the beach. Yeah. It's kind kind of what I'm looking for. I'm removing it with the side that I didn't use. Could add a little more here. Okay. So this panel is ready. There's no water in here, so we didn't have to do the ocean. I will do the water later, so we'll put this one away too. Actually put it on the left, and then we can do the middle panel. See, I got some paint here. Let's remove that first. There we go. It's not much beach here. A little bit here. Okay, so let's now color the water, and I'm going to do that with an aquamarine. It's like background aqua. Smoothing it out again with the other side. And a little bit more here. Okay, that's it for this one. So this panel is ready now. I overlap only here for the water that I colored. Let's see, very light here maybe. I'm not pushing hard at all. I guess I could add a little here. Then I also have to do that here. This one is going to go on top of this one, so I wouldn't really have to color this part. Then we have the right panel. Has most water. Not pushing hard here. Here even less. So let's make that a little lighter. It's a little too intense. And then what I like to do is I'll take a Q-tip and then remove some of that color where this water is reflecting. So this becomes nice and white again. So we're bringing in back some highlights here. And this guy here. Okay. So the two big panels are also ready. And now the only thing left to do is the most right panel. Okay, and then the same thing we did here with these highlights. Remove some of that blue, aqua. This is all looking good. Maybe a little less here. And so that's it. So here's one of the big panels. Now we have to wait till this is dry. These all 5 pieces are dry. It's gonna take maybe 3-4 days, 5. Then I'm going to coat it with like an acrylic texture coating, craquelure coating as it's called, which gives it a nice look with some texture to it. It doesn't need glass. And then I'll frame it and then add all the frames together and make one piece out of it. And here's the finished result. People of Ponto as a Quintych, about 3 feet wide, with white frames. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my work, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.